Welcome to the channel, folks. Today, we're diving into the top 10 greatest battles ever fought. From marathon to the air and sea battles of the 20th century, these are more than just battles. They're moments that shaped the world we live in. Imagine ancient Greece, 490 BC. The Persian Empire aims to crush the Greek city-states. Enter the Battle of Marathon. Outnumbered Greek hoplites face endless Persian warriors. Against all odds, the Greeks rout the invaders. Marathon was a declaration marking the rise of the West. It cemented the idea of a free Greece. Fast forward to 1066 AD. England is in the crosshairs of William the Bastard, Duke of Normandy. At Hastings, Anglo-Saxon defenders meet Norman knights. The battle is brutal and bloody. William's victory ushers in Norman rule and a cultural shift. England, as it had been, was no more. The Norman conquest reshaped English history. Let's journey to 1415 to Agincourt. King Henry V leads his army deep into French territory. Outnumbered and ravaged by disease, they face French chivalry. English longbowmen unleash a storm of arrows, decimating the French. Agincourt shattered the myth of French invincibility. It cemented the longbow as a deadly weapon. Chapter 7. Waterloo, Napoleon's last stand. Fast forward to 1815, to the fields of Waterloo, where the fate of Europe hangs in the balance. Napoleon Bonaparte, the once invincible emperor of the French, rallies his armies for one last gamble, hoping to reclaim his lost glory. Facing him is a formidable coalition led by the Duke of Wellington, a seasoned and strategic commander. The stage is set for a titanic clash, a battle that will determine the future of Europe. In the end, despite his tactical genius, Napoleon's gamble fails. His forces are overwhelmed by the coalition's relentless assault. His once proud army is shattered, and his dreams of empire are irrevocably dashed. Waterloo marks the end of an era, a turning point in history that reshapes the European continent forever. Chapter 6. Gettysburg, a nation divided, a battle for the soul of America. This chapter delves into one of the most pivotal moments in American history. Now, let's shift to America, 1863. The nation is torn apart by a brutal conflict that pits brother against brother. The American Civil War is raging. Battles are fought with fierce determination and unimaginable bravery. At Gettysburg, the fate of a nation hangs in the balance. This small town in Pennsylvania becomes the stage for a monumental clash. Confederate forces clash with the Union Army. The air is thick with the sounds of gunfire and the cries of soldiers. Gettysburg was a turning point in the Civil War. It marked a decisive victory for the Union and shifted the momentum of the conflict. The human cost was staggering. Thousands of lives were lost, and the battlefield was left scarred by the horrors of war. Chapter 5. Stalingrad, a city of rubble, a symphony of destruction. We find ourselves in 1942 on the eastern front of World War II. The city of Stalingrad, once a thriving industrial hub, now lies in ruins, a testament to the ferocity of the conflict. Stalingrad becomes a symbol of resistance against the Nazi war machine. The Soviet Red Army, against all odds, stands firm, turning the city into a fortress of defiance. The battle rages for months, a brutal struggle for every inch. Streets, buildings, and even sewers become battlegrounds as both sides endure unimaginable hardships. Stalingrad marked the beginning of the end for Nazi Germany. The relentless Soviet counteroffensive not only reclaimed the city but also shattered the myth of Nazi invincibility, altering the course of the war. Chapter 4. Midway Carriers Clash, a turning point in the Pacific. It's 1942 and the Japanese Empire seeks to cripple the American Pacific Fleet. What follows is a carrier battle for the ages. American dive bombers cripple the Japanese fleet, turning the tide of the war. Midway was a decisive victory for the United States. Chapter 3. Thermopylae, Come and Get Them, a ballad of courage against impossible odds. Let's travel back to ancient Greece, 480 BC. King Leonidas and his 300 Spartans make their stand at Thermopylae. Outnumbered, they fight with unmatched ferocity. Thermopylae became a rallying cry for the Greek world. Chapter 2. Gaugamela Alexander's Gambit, The Eclipse of an Empire. Journey to 331 BC to Gaugamela. Alexander the Great faces Darius III of Persia. Alexander's daring maneuver shatters the Persian army. Gaugamela cemented Alexander's legacy and ushered in the Hellenistic Age. Chapter 1. D-Day. Landing on the beaches, a tide turning. June 6, 1944. D-Day. The largest amphibious invasion in history. Allied forces stormed the beaches of Normandy. The operation's scale is immense. D-Day was a pivotal moment in World War II. It marked the beginning of the end for Nazi Germany. Outro echoes of battle. And there you have it, folks. 10 battles, each a turning point in history. They remind us of the high cost of conflict and the power of the human spirit. These battles shape the world we live in today. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe for more historical content.